Chapter 1. The Fellowship. In the magical world of Middle-earth, Nicholas, a free lord and descendant of the Númenóreans, led his people in building their own settlement. Like other free lords, Nicholas could choose to develop one of two types of camps, Númenóreans and Easterlings, and could summon the famed Swan Knights and war chariots. As Nicholas's forces grew, so did his fame in Middle-earth. He established an embassy, attracted more talents, and built barracks outside of the city to recruit various types of units to fight for him. However, numerous threats were lurking around his settlement. The strong lords formed an alliance, while the weak ones had no choice but to surrender or wait to be conquered. One day, Nicholas went on an expedition with his generals, yet was waylaid by the enemy.
Well, look who is in trouble now.
It was right at that moment that Leo appeared. That neighbor he'd often fought with had ended up saving him in a time of need. The two knew all too well that only the strong can survive in the new Middle-earth, and agreed to form a fellowship of their own. This was the moment the Rings of Power awakened. Chapter 2. The Rising. In the current Middle-earth, various powers are quietly rising, yet none were under one banner. Seizing the Rings of Power and establishing a kingdom has become the main goal. The number of rings also means that there can only be, at the most, 8 thriving kingdoms that can exist simultaneously in Middle-earth. Only the most united and efficient fellowships will be able to become the victors of this war.
Arise, arise, riders of Nicholas! Ha, for our homeland!
Nicholas and Leo swiftly breach the walls of Annúminas and secure a ring of power. Leo gifts Nicholas his sword, and the people of both kingdoms hail Nicholas as their king. After coming to an agreement on how the kingdom flag should look, the news of Nicholas's new kingdom quickly spread across Middle-earth. The founding of the Kingdom of Nicholas drew in support from surrounding powers. 4 leaders joined the kingdom along with their fellowships, becoming the kingdom's officials. 5 people cried in unison.
The kingdom of Nicholas has been born!
Chapter 3. The Ring. After establishing the kingdom, Nicholas progressively learned to control and wield the powers of the ring. He observed and recorded the following powers. The Kingdom Ring has 2 passive abilities. The first is the ability to continuously provide mana to protect the kingdom's territory from being invaded. The second is to provide relocation, movement speed plus, and quick march bonuses to its fellowships and citizens. There are 4 special abilities that can be activated by the king. The first one, Resource Power, which can increase all citizens' resource output, improving kingdom development. The second is the Powerful Treatment. This ability allows the king to select a region adjacent to a region fully controlled by the kingdom to immediately heal a portion of wounded troops after fighting a victorious battle here. The third one, Powerful Repression. Nicholas can prevent any foreign lords from using reinforcements in a chosen region under full control of the kingdom. The fourth is the Construction Support. Select a region fully controlled by the kingdom to increase the construction speed when its citizens are building a fort in this region. Due to the tremendous power and magic consumption of special abilities, active skills only last temporarily and enter cooldown period following use. The Rings of Power communicate with each other, and the cooldown time reduces for each new ring you gain. Such is the might the rings of power grant a kingdom. Through further research, Nicholas discovered that the rings of power also bestows 4 kinds of abilities upon citizens of a kingdom. The first is persuasion. Citizens can take control of squads roaming around the settlement and make them join their own forces. The second is Midas Touch, which can turn a set amount of stone into gold. The third is Urgent Support. This skill can accelerate the speed of troops when moving to a fort. The fourth is for Fort Logistics. This ability allows citizens to expand the expedition range. Chapter 4. The True Target. Diplomacy is a task Nicholas has been forced to deal with every day since the founding of his kingdom.
The lives of the people of Middle-earth are pawns in this world.
Ironically, Nicholas thought he was the one moving the pieces. But in reality, he was actually just one of the pieces on the board. Leo had betrayed him. This intimate betrayal resulted in the loss of nearly half of the key hinterland of the kingdom of Nicholas, and the kingdom's very survival was at stake.
You shouldn't have trusted me from the very start.
Revenge!
This is only one idea echoing in the mind of Nicholas. Revenge. 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 And it was at this moment that a familiar silhouette appeared from the shadows, and the words of evil began to echo.
Put away your pitiful short-sightedness and focus on what's truly important. The One Ring.